Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. But there are those who feel like they're stuck in this cycle trying to manage their business while wondering how other pros manage to get it all done. If you are one of these people, know that they don't do it by themselves. And neither should you. You don't need a whole team to clear up your schedule. An assistant can handle lots of the day-to-day tasks weighing you down. But first, you've got to determine what kind of help do you need? And how do you find and hire the right person? Well, if you don't know, I've got you covered with these 10 things to consider before hiring an assistant. Number 1. Do you need an assistant? Do you find yourself spending time on the little things when you could be out with your client doing more income-generating tasks? If you answer yes, then maybe you do need an assistant. But let's proceed with the list, shall we? Can you afford an assistant? Before hiring someone, check your budget. Can you afford them? Check what other real estate assistants are making in your area. If you can afford your own assistant, consider teaming up with other agents to hire a shared resource. Number 3. Full-time or part-time? You don't have to hire a full-time assistant if you just need a little help here and there. Decide what work you want your assistant to handle and determine how much time it would take you to do these things. Licensed or unlicensed? Not everyone who earns a real estate license makes it as an agent. There are plenty of licensed professionals looking for other ways to leverage their skill set. According to the National Association of Realtors 2017 member profile, 53% of assistants were unlicensed, while 47 were licensed. Plus, you pay less for an unlicensed one. Just saying. An office assistant or virtual assistant? Your assistant doesn't necessarily have to be there in person. These days, you can hire help from anywhere in the world with a virtual assistant. An office assistant can put up and take down signs for open houses and listings, sit in on meetings with your clients, on errands, and handle your incoming mail. They're also more likely to be familiar with the local practices, events, and customs. This could help in their interactions with clients and in social media efforts. While virtual assistants can do almost everything an in-office assistant can. Well, except for the local specific tasks. You can video conference with them, forward your calls to them, and find all manner of ways to communicate efficiently. While you miss out on the face-to-face interaction, you don't have to provide office space and can sometimes get a more experienced or skilled assistant at a lower rate. Do they have real work experience and available resources? These days, it's so easy to fudge a resume and make up prior work experiences that you really have to make sure that the person you hire actually knows what he's doing. If you're hiring someone locally, then meet up with them to ask the tough questions face to face. Meeting in person is a great way to get a feel if they really are telling you the truth about what they put in their resume. It's also the best way to see if you vibe with the person. On the other hand, if you're looking for a virtual assistant, then interview them on Skype so you can get a feel for their personality and also make sure that they are real human beings. You want to make sure that person you're hiring is actually 21-year-old Elaine from the Philippines and not 47-year-old Victor from Pasadena. Trust me, weirder things have happened in the world. Again, just saying. Do they understand the ins and outs? It's important to keep in mind that while everything that has to do with the real estate industry may seem second nature to you, for many people, it's like asking them to do calculus. Yikes. While your assistant doesn't have to be a connoisseur on every real estate system, platform, or app, they should definitely be competent in the ones you use for your company. Do you need an assistant who has a similar skill set or a complementary one? Keep in mind that everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. So it's important you know what help you actually need before starting the interview process. Writing down a list of all the things you need to get done to successfully run your business, then narrowing them down to what tasks you actually outsource and what tasks you need to do yourself will help you figure out if you need to find someone who has a similar skill set or a complementary one. Thus, number 9, start with a personality test. It's obvious that people work best with certain personalities, and knowing a person's personality type beforehand saves a lot of headaches when it comes to turnover. Are they willing to sign a non-disclosure agreement and contract? We're nitpickers for confidentiality and like to keep our business exactly what it is. Our business. I get it. Contracts can be awkward, but what's even more awkward is when there's a disagreement and someone takes legal action. Yay! Contracts are great for both parties because they clearly lay out the expectations and make sure that everyone is on the same page. At the end of the day, communication is key. With yourself, to know if you really need one, and with your future assistant. And in the case that you are in need of a real estate trained, college educated, background checked, and DISH tested virtual assistant, Summit VA Solutions has just what you need. Give us a call at 877-561-2778 or email us at info@summitvasolutions.com.